Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are going to continue reading the first voyage from the seven voyages of Sinbad. A fresh breeze had begun to blow, and the sails being set back at once, away went the ship, leaving me still on the monster's back. Suddenly, the huge creature dived under water, and I should have gone too, but that seizing a large piece of wood, I kept myself afloat. All through that day and through the night I was tossed about by the waves, but at last was thrown onto the shore of what was really an island. After a while the sun came out, warming me and making me feel that if I wished to gain strength I must seek some food. Dragging myself with great pain towards the middle of the island, I had a good fortune to find a few herbs. These I ate, drinking afterwards from a spring of clear, cool water. Wishing to see on what sort of place I had been cast, I walked on until a man met me, who, hearing my strange story, took me in a cave where there were several other men. They were servants of a ruler of the island, and had come to the spot in order to fetch his horses back to the palace. It was lucky for me that I met them that day. Had it not been for this, I should have most likely have died, as if I could have never found my way to the other side of the island where the people lived, and to which the king's servants were returning the next day. They were very kind, giving me food to eat, and taking me with them when they set out on their journey. As soon as we reached the palace, they took me before the king, who also treated me with great kindness. He listened to my story, pitied my sad state, and asked me to stay with them as long as I cared to. Now the chief city of his kingdom, in the city which I made my home, was built on the seashore. Every day ships came to it from all parts of the world, and I, hoping to meet someone from my own town, spent a great deal of time watching these ships and talking to the merchants who came and went in them. I also grew friendly with the natives, Indians they were, and very wise persons, but I never forgot to pay a daily visit to the king, whose chief men I had many pleasant talks with, about the way in which their country and my own were governed. Hearing one day of the island of Castle and the sounds of the drums being beaten every night on the shore, I had a great wish to visit it, which I did, seeing many large and curious fishes on my voyage. Shortly after my return from Castle, the very ship which I had set out from Barsoha and which had sailed away leaving me struggling for life in the water, came into the harbor. Among the many bundles of goods brought from this vessel to the shore, I saw those which I had bought, and on which my name was clearly written. But on telling the captain my name and that I wished to have my goods, he looked at me in surprise. "How can you be Sindbad?" he asked, "when I myself saw him drowned. I fear you are not an honest man, though you look like one. I believe you are telling a lie in order to get these goods which do not belong to you." I was at some pains to make him believe that I spoke the truth, and at last, on several of the sailors saying they were sure I was Sindbad, he let me have the goods. Having looked through my bundle, I carried the very best of the goods to the kindly king, and asked him to take them as a gift. He seemed pleased with the gift, but not sure how I, a poor man cast up by the sea, had been able to get them. I then told him of the coming of the ship and the finding of my own bales of goods, on which he took my costly present with great pleasure and gave me one worth far more in return. I next sold or exchanged the rest of my goods and, having bidden His Majesty goodbye, set sail for Barsoha, taking with me many of the articles made only on the island. These I sold for a large sum of money, for so much indeed that I had no need to work. When Sindbad had finished the story of his first voyage, he ordered the band to play again, and spent the rest of the day with his guests. The poor porter, who had never in all his life been so well treated before, enjoyed himself greatly, and when the rich man, on bidding him good night, bade him come again the next day to hear more of his story, giving him at the same time a purse full of money. Sindbad was delighted at his good fortune. We'll stop there today and we'll continue the second voyage tomorrow. Thanks for reading with me. See you next time.